news and sport today. The old regular arrival there today. The usual sports and news and sport results. I was just going to go now look at the Irish Independent to see what the latest breaking news on that. It's about John Gilligan. Gangster John Gilligan walks free from Spanish court despite admitting drugs and weapon charges. This story was related to gangster left the Spanish court a free man despite confessing to drugs and weapons charge. That's going up on the Irish Independent. That's the latest news there on that. That's going just freshly gone up on it there. And the latest news then married couple to stand trial over seizure of prescription drugs. A married couple have sent forward for trial over subscription medication seizure. That story is related to a married couple, wife from Sagat, leaving court. That's the story. And I see the man in breaking news. PSNI Chief Constable Simon Bourne resigns after a week of turmoil. He is resigned from his role. The news that the police chief was resigned following a string of controversial was announced at a press conference today. It comes after a row up the last week when High Court Judge Mr. Juffa Schofield ruled that two junior officers were unlawfully disciplined for an arrest made at Troubles commemoration event in 2021. Earlier, the DUP Travel Gaffe said Mr. Bourne would know his time is up as the politician arrived for the last minute meeting of the police board. Who'll get this job now? That's the main thing, the main article there that's on that. It's all gone up on Twitter as well. I'll go through Twitter then. What's the breaking news on Twitter? As I was saying, I done that the last day. Use of speed cameras to increase by 20% as road deaths climb. This is the worrying thing. There will be an extra 1,500 hours of speed camera monitoring this month. The use of speed detection camera is to increase by 20%. There will be an extra 1,500 hours of speed camera. There has been 127 deaths on Irish roads in the year to date. Today is also a National Slowdown Day, which well, I was looking at it on the news there. They went through it all right, and it's frightening when you see the figures gone up. They have to deter. They have to take some action, and that's the action the government are taking there. And Dr. Maria Cassidy shares shock at discovering a young woman had been murdered and left to die in Boning home. This is, I think, it's healthy for the person who has been. I think it's healthy for the person who has killed their loved ones to actually hear what the effects of the actions were. Former admits she was shocked to discover a young mother who had tragically died in a house fire had actually been stabbed several times before the informed come to her home. There is a program there about Dr. Maria Cassidy there on tonight. I think it's on tonight. There's programs there and good documentaries coming up. And that's the Rosalie McDonough tree who died in County Lish was born a beautiful little angel. Funeral hairs. That's then that. And then the more about the speed cameras there. National Slowdown Day drive is caught doing 155 imagined kilometres on motorway and 120 miles per hour in an 80 zone in Garda speed crackdown. So that's then on that. And RTE announces new presenters taking over 6-1 News. I see. I think it's Sarah Tobin. Journalist Sarah Tobin will join David McCullough as the new presenter on the 6-1 News from today. And Ray Kennedy, who said he was a massive juice to fail following the first, will present the 9 o'clock news on rotation with Sharon. So they're changing it around there a bit. And good luck to them there. They have a tough job there, reporting the news every night. I see it's a difficult enough job, and the different news. And then I just go then cut away from that. Go to the news more about the Northern Ireland Police Chief resigns on the RTE website. The head of Ireland Police Service Chief Constable Simon Bourne has resigned following a series of controversies, including a major data leak and an discipline of two junior officers. This is according to Conor McCauley, who's a Northern correspondent with RTE. The breach was hugely sensitive in Northern Ireland, where police officers are still spectacularly targeted by dissenting groups in bomb and gun attacks. And Police Board Chief Deirdre Tona confirmed during a press conference that Mr. Byrne had tendered his resignation with immediate effect. So I see that Simon, I see that there was, it did break on Twitter there as well. And Laurie named in Donald's European Ryder Cup. That's then Shane Lowry will contest the second Ryder Cup after being named as one of 6 wildcards by the European captain Luke Donald. So that's on that. So I was just going to go down through the soccer results. Uh, there's a bit actually about more about the soccer thing that's going on with Vera Powell. It just says just another article on the website RTE. The FAI needs to explain the decision not to offer Vera Powell a new contract on matters off the pitch would continue to overshadow events. Powell was informed following a board meeting that her contract with the FA will not be renewed. The review of the World Cup sought input from players, staff, and Powell herself. In a wide range interview, the 60-year-old made a number of claims against the FBI, though the association has remained tight-lipped. I see they haven't come out with a statement at all. I wonder what is going on there. As I was saying there, they should give Vera Powell another contract, and the way they've treated her, it's appalling. And I did say that in one of my other podcasts. You wouldn't treat anyone like that, and that's then. And then Ferguson, he scored a hat trick there. Evan Ferguson, he'd be playing for Ireland as well there the next day. And then the fixtures, the English League. Then I was just going to go through the English League there. The results, yesterday's results, as I was saying there, it was Arsenal 3, Man United 1, and I think the scores then I was just looking at it on Twitter there. The scores came in all of a sudden. Declan Rice scored one in the 90th minute, and Gabriel Jesus, and he scored 90, and then Marcus Rashford scored one, and then Martin Odegaard. So there was 3 scorers there. So that was that match. That was the match that was played then, and then Crystal Palace 3, Wolverhampton 1, there's 2, and Liverpool 3. They had 3, and Aston Villa 0. So that was that score. And then on Saturday, that was the match that everyone was talking about. Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Newcastle United 1. So that was the match that Evan Ferguson scored. He scored 3 great goals. He scored one in the 27th minute, one in the 65th minute, and one in the 70th minute. I just saw them on matches today. They were great goals. If he plays for Ireland like that, it's really a great thing there to have him on the team. And he scored 3 great goals, and they were really spectacular goals. And then Brentford 2, AFC Bournemouth 2, and Manchester City 5, Fulham 1, and that was that score. And then Burnley 2, Tottenham Hotspurs 5, and Chelsea 0, Nottingham Forest 1, and then Sheffield United 2, Everton 2. So then the tables, it makes a good reading there. Manchester City are out with 12, Tottenham Hotspurs 10, Liverpool 10, West Ham United 10, and Arsenal are on 5th position with 10. And then the bottom 2, Luton, they have 0, and Burnley, they have 0. So that's the league table then on that. So it makes good reading there. There is still a lot of matches played. There's only 4 matches played so far in that. And the league then, the Irish League, as I was saying there, it's competitive as well. The results then on Saturday's results was Sligo Rovers 0, Shelbourne 1, and that was that score. Shamrock Rovers won as well 3-0 against Bohemians, and they are out in front. Shamrock Rovers 57, Derry City 50, St Patrick's Athletic 50, Bohemian Football Club 47, and Shelbourne with 5th 46. And then the bottom 2, Cork City 27, UCD 10, So that's the league then. And then I was gonna go to the first division team. The first division team is more. It's more. It's a more clear cut really. Go United gonna win as first place. Longford Town won. Go United nil. That was that Saturday's match. And then Wexford won. Finhaps won. Cove Ramblers won. Treaty United nil. And Kerry Football Club won. Bray won the straight. And then Waterford won at Town too. So that was the scores then. And the fixtures coming up then. Bray Wonders have to play Go United. That's on Friday. Treaty United, Wexford, Kerry versus Longford, and Finhaps versus Waterford. And as I'm saying, the table is clear cut. It's Go United have 73 points, Waterford 58, Cove Ramblers 45, Town 43, and then the bottom two, Finhaps have 30, Kerry have 7, so they're to relegation zone. Well, they're not going to be relegated, but the bottom bottom of the pile, and that is then on the rugby as well is starting. I think it's the 8 Ireland's match. I'll be having more about that on my next podcast. But I just thought I haven't gone through anything as such, but I'll go through now the Twitter. I was going to go through the Twitter account here. Uh, it just says Patrick Keelty. I was saying there about the toy show, and there's a picture there going up about the application. Applications to be on the toy show now open, and then more about the Premiership. Premier players justify their price tag. That's what that man is saying. The amount that the Premier Division team in England get paid. And then DUP speaking in Parliament a few minutes ago, the PSNI has our full support to achieve and deliver effective and efficient policing for everyone in Northern Ireland. And that's at the moment that's what's going on. And Shane Lowry has put up a picture of himself there. He has got on the king. And then William Crawley, breaking Simon Bourne resigns as chief constable. That's on the Twitter. And then Roy Keane, Michael Richin and Roy Keane in a bit of an incident today. I see that he was headbutted, and that is terrible there. And then Ronan the Wolf Towns ended up drawing one of festival and largest ever crowd today. And then these disgraceful old codgers still belting out sectarian lines and one thing. So they're the young crowds. So that is the latest thing. And then Sammy Wilson, I see, is at it again, doing his. That's what he relies on Twitter. He's in. It shows you a picture of him here. The chief constable has belated done the right thing. It's apparent the root and branch reform of the organisation is now required. That's what he says in Stormont and or in Westminster. He's not in Stormont, of course. I was forgetting that. And then that's then on that. That's the latest then on Twitter. On my Twitter thing, I was just thought I'd go through it and take the latest on it. And then on the Irish Times news, the latest breaking on that. Just blips in Exchequer returns means trends will be closely watched, and French rugby and Macron caught up on racing storms before Ting. And more about John Gilligan. John Gilligan gets suspended sentence and fine in Spanish court after plea deal over drugs and weapon charges. There is a documentary made about John Gilligan. I think it's on TV, Virgin Media. It's on tonight or the next night. So if anyone wants to look at that, there's people giving out about it there that it shouldn't have been made, and I think myself, I don't know, I'm not sure what I haven't got any views on it yet, but that's the latest then on that, and then that is that's mostly on the journal, and then on the journal news, more about the chief constable there, Simon Bone has resigned. And then Smashing Mouth lead singer Stephen Harron dies aged 56. Harron was the lead vocalist on the band's mega hit All Star, which features in the 2001 movie Shrek. That's on that. And then on the Sky News, I was going to go through the Wicklow the Wicklow news there, the Wicklow results in the sport, in the hurling there, Wicklow GEA. There was quite a good few matches there played over the weekend. It was in the hurling this week, and then next week it's the football. So the matches then, the latest results I'll go to. It just said I was at a match there myself there on the other day, and it was very competitive. Upcoming fixtures. Let me see. As I was saying, Bray won anyway. They won. They won convince. Well, it wasn't convincingly. I was just trying to get the score down on this. They're all junior matches. 1st of September. There was intermediate hurling. That match was played. That was St. Patrick's 5-14. Bray Emmett's 2-7. That was that match. And that was played on Saturday. And then Ockram, there was under 15 matches on as well. That was the matches were played the other day. It was Kilteague and 2-11, Carnew 2-12. That was that match. Then the other match that was played was Glenealy and Bray, and Bray won. Bray won by 3 points. Actually, it's not on this. The score isn't on. I don't think I can see it anyway. But that the Bray one. They're into the semi-finals now in the hurling, and then in the football will be played next week. And I was saying, it's into the same rounds. It's round 4, I think. So I just thought I'd go through that anyway, and I'll be giving you more updates on that and more scores. And that was it's nearly a close season in the hurling. It'd be getting close to the county final and the other things. So I just thought I'd mention that anyway. So, and that is all the news then I can go to. I hope you enjoy my podcast today. As saying, I'm going back and forth, but I'm not sure how many episodes I'll do. I'll do up to 40 or more in this season, but I'm thinking of getting more. Beefing it up a bit and get a studio or something, get a mic. I'm not sure yet, so I could do a little bit of help, but I'm not sure where I'm going yet. So I just thought I'd make a podcast anyway today, Monday News and Sport. That is all what's happening in the latest news, and I didn't mention Donald Trump once in the whole news, and that's the way it should be. So thanks very much and listening, and I'll be back with another podcast again. Thanks.